They said it all happened on a hot Thursday afternoon. The kind where the sun presses down like a hot iron on your skin, and even the chickens hide under the mango tree. That day, little Adora was just 8, her braids swinging like ropes as she chased a yellow butterfly past our compound, past the cracked wall of St. Michael's Church, down the red dust path that twisted like a snake toward Obu Waterside. Mama was pounding yam, Papa was at the market. No one saw her go. The first scream came from Auntie Ngozi, who dropped her basket of tomatoes and ran barefoot. By the time the village poured out like ants from a kicked nest, all we found were Adora's tiny rubber sandals, one half buried in the soft mud, the other floating face up in the shallow edge, bobbing gently as if waving goodbye. The river was calm, too calm, like it was sleeping, and had swallowed her whole. They dragged the water with long sticks. They called her name until their voices cracked. They burnt incense. They poured libations. But Adora was gone. The river kept her, and the village never spoke of it again. 20 years later, Nneka was 28, tired and done. She packed her life into one dusty Ghana must-go bag and left Abuja at 4 a.m. on a night bus that smelled of sweat and groundnuts. She didn't look back. Not at the salon where Madame slapped her for breathing too loud. Not at the boyfriend who vanished after 4 years with nothing but a scene on WhatsApp. Not at the fake friends who only remembered her when they needed free cornrows. Abuja is not for me, she whispered to the dark window. I'm never coming back. She got down at Oboku, Waterside, with 5,000 naira, a cracked Android and a dream. Her own salon. The village was small, quiet, cheap. The river ran slow and brown, bordered by thick elephant grass that whispered when the wind passed. The air smelled of fish and wet earth. Nneka rented a tiny room behind the provision store. She sold akara by the roadside from 6 a.m. to noon, worked the store till 6 p.m., and did cheap hookups at night just to eat. Her hands blistered, her feet swelled, but she saved. 1 month later, she had exactly 5,000 naira, not even half a shop rent. Then Chioma, her new friend from the market, leaned in and whispered, "There's a building by the river, abandoned 10 years, no one enters, but it's free." Nneka didn't think twice. God has answered, she screamed inside. The next morning, she walked to the river. The building stood alone, half swallowed by vines, its zinc roof rusted red like dried blood. The door hung on one hinge. Inside, cobweb stickers, curtains, broken mirrors, a single plastic chair cracked down the middle. The air smelled of rot and river. But Nneka saw gold. She scrubbed for 5 hours straight, swept, mopped, painted the walls with leftover whitewash, bought second-hand dryers, clippers, a cracked mirror from the market. 2 weeks later, she hung a hand-painted sign, "NNEKA'S Haven." The village watched in silence. Old women crossed themselves. Fishermen spat into the river. Children ran past without looking. No business survives by the river, they whispered. The water is cursed, Nneka laughed. I don't believe in curses. I believe in second chances. But every night, when the moon rose full and white, the river stared back through her window and waited.
Months passed, not one customer. Nneka sat outside from dawn to dusk, waving at shadows, smiling at air. She soaked Gary in river water and called it ice cream. She soaked dry Maggi cubes and called it dinner. Am I cursed? She asked Chioma one evening, voice cracking. It's the location, Chioma said, eyes darting to the water. Leave before it's too late. But Nneka stayed. She believed in the river. She believed in herself. Then one night, the rain fell hard, like fists on the roof. Thunder rolled, lightning flashed white. Nneka sat inside with a cup of weak tea, trying to quiet the dreams. Mirrors full of water, voices in her ears, hair that moved on its own. Knock, knock. Soft, like fingertips on wood. Midnight, no one walked past. Nneka's heart slammed. She crossed herself 3 times, whispered blood of Jesus, and tiptoed to the door. She opened it a crack. A woman stood barefoot in the rain, soaked to the bone, water dripping from her hair like black tears. Her skin glowed faint, like moonlight on fish scales. She walked in without a word and sat on the cracked plastic chair. Good evening, Nneka whispered, voice shaking. What do you want? The woman smiled, slow, cold. My name is Adaku. I've heard your prayers. They trouble my sleep. She stood. Sell my wigs. Keep the money. Just sell them. Before Nneka could speak, Adaku walked straight out, past the threshold, past the river bank, into the water. The river opened like a mouth. Her long hair floated once, then vanished. Nneka stood frozen. Ghost? Spirit? Madness? Morning came. A black nylon bag sat at the door. She dragged it in with trembling hands, opened it. Wigs! Perfect wigs! Bouncy curls, bone straight silk, double drawn, single donor, colors she'd never seen, midnight blue, moon silver, blood red. They smelled of river and something sweet like overripe mangoes. Where did this come from? Knock, knock. A young woman with a phone. I saw your salon on Instagram. Nneka blinked. I don't have Instagram. Then 2 women, 5, 10, a line formed outside her tiny shop, all strangers, some from Onitsha, some from Enugu. Something told me to come, they said. I woke up and knew. Nneka didn't ask questions. She braided, she sold. 5 wigs at 115,000 naira each, 900,000 naira in one day. She sat on the floor, mouth open, tears mixing with sweat. Dream? Trap? That night, Adaku came in a dream. Never leave the building. Renovate it. The wigs will come. Every morning, a new black bag. Every day, more customers. Nneka's heaven became a legend. Women left transformed. Amaka got a $5,000 grant. Ify conceived after 5 years. Chidera blew up on TikTok. Mermaid body. The village women who once ignored her now begged for appointments. Nneka lied to Chioma. My uncle in Canada sent money. But Mama Eze watched from her puff-puff table, Bible in hand. Her gut refused to pass the shop. One night, she dreamt, Nneka braiding shadows, hair growing like snakes, mirrors showing water, not faces. She marched to the saloon. My child, when God gives, it is slow. When the river gives, it drowns you first. Nneka smiled politely, but her hands shook when she touched the next wig. One stormy night, Adaku returned, wet, silent, carrying a golden box. Special wigs for sudden change. Inside, strands that glowed, one with purple flames dancing in the strands, one made of mist, one that moved when you looked away. Nneka whispered, I don't know if I should. Adaku's eyes flashed like lightning. Reject it, and the river takes more. 3 days later, Nancy Blue, Instagram model, found dead in Lagos, wig on her head, lungs full of river water, no bathtub, no breaking. Nneka ran into the rain screaming and threw the golden box into the river. Take it back! Leave me alone! Morning, the box sat on her table, untouched. Her phone exploded. Some cried, some begged for the same wig. That night, the dreams got worse. Faceless women brushing wet hair with bond combs, singing in a language that hurt to hear. Adaku came one last time. A silver box, 1 wig, a note. For you alone, only you can wear it. Nneka stared, then slowly, she put it on. Her body froze. Her eyes rolled back. A vision cracked her mind open. Adaku screaming, dragged into the river by villagers 20 years ago. Little Adaura's sandals floating. The saloon underwater, ghost women getting braids in slow motion, eyes empty, mouths open in song. Mirrors full of water, her own reflection. Fish eyes, round, cold, deep. She clawed at the wig, it wouldn't budge. It melted into her scalp. Nneka looked in the mirror, she smiled. Outside, the river rose, just an inch. But the village heard it. Mama Eze dropped her Bible. Chioma ran. The goat screamed. Nneka's heaven was booked for a year. Women still came. They still left transformed. But now, when they looked in the mirror, they saw water. And Nneka? She sits by the river every night, braiding, waiting, smiling with fish eyes. Thank you for watching. Part 2 drops tomorrow. The river kept its receipt.